Any second now.
Mm-hmm. And off we go.
Alright. First item for the game. A map to Eastern. Okay,
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit of information to start. Maps early are nice because they will tell you if a dungeon is a pendant or a crystal. So that's a little bit of information they can start with.
Yeah, for key sanity, because all the maps, compasses, and keys are all mixed around, we won't know if a particular dungeon is a pendant or a crystal until either you get the map or you clear the dungeon in full and hope that is what you're looking for. And
we get the hardest start as well with the bombs.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
So I'm sure these runners are practiced up on their bomb strats, but yeah, bomb start can be a bit rough if you're not used to it.
I think for standard mode, bomb start and burner start are two of the hardest weapons to start off with. I personally am a fan of the burner start because with bombs you have to be so precise, and bombs can hurt you as well.
The good news is if you've practiced the bombs, you can usually get pretty consistent setups down here. So we'll see how these runners take on these first few rooms. They both get a nice setup. Only a 5 rupee in that first chest, though.
What were the bans and vetoes? Willard vetoed normal mode, and Bonta vetoed Swordless for their third race. And somehow the bot managed to give them expert out of all this, so yeah. Right, and small key to this dungeon, which is required since this is standard mode. We do need that small key.
Yep, as you mentioned, standard mode we have to find that key somewhere. So, got that out of the way now.
And we also have in the event they do not find the lamp in Zelda Cell, our runners will have the little light cone as they traverse through the dark portions of the escape. But outside of that, they will need to find the lamp to traverse through the other dark areas, which I feel like for these runners, I think the lamp would be nice, but I don't feel like they'll be looking for it too much.
Yeah, for the most part, these runners can handle dark rooms. Interesting thing though with the expert mode, even though this is expert mode, most runners in expert mode do know dark rooms. No matter what difficulty you're on, the randomizer will never expect you to do dark rooms for progression in the game. So early on, it looks like Bonta has had a little bit more practice with those bomb strats, getting a slight lead over Willard to start.
Right, then our runners are gonna save Zelda and head towards the back of Escape.
The one thing that's nice about a bomb start, as tough as it can be to deal with, is that you don't have to farm for bombs. There's that back area that has 3 chests, and you should have a bomb for it unless you do use up all your bombs. And at this point, these runners only have one more enemy they have to kill, and that is the key rats for the one small key that they will need. So they did pick up a Desert Palace key, which is our one small key for that dungeon. Be interesting to see how fast they get access to that. Just a piece of heart in the Dark Cross chest here, which these runners will gladly take. You will see these runners picking up every heart piece they can get their hands on.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, here's our wrap with the key, and Bonta gets it with no problem.
So does Willard, and he gets an extra 8 bombs for his trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Though he didn't find the key rack got away from him.
Oh, we have the Moon Pearl coming out from the back of Escape.
I also got another heart piece back there. So Bonta is going to get out of Escape first. One more chest to check in this area. And we get 50 rupees.
Right, so at the very least, our runners will be able to pay off the bottle vendor once we get into Kakariko. If they want to buy more bombs for 50 rupees, they can. So far, so good in terms of rupee counts. This is still the last part of the group of 16. Then the winner of this will move on to the round of 8.
Bonta doing a tree pull, just green rupees from it. And last round we see a 20, and Bonta's going to drop down. And in there we get a...
More bombs.
More bombs.
All right, okay. I mean, at the very least, you're saving money, so you don't have to buy bombs.
So now the runners will go into Kakariko after this. Got a good 14 items in Kakariko, depending on if you pick up a bottle or if you pick up an item that maybe will get you to an extra place.
Yeah, I don't think no one did a lumberjack cave check, did they?
Nope, and that's pretty common at this point in the tournament. Most runners would skip it unless they had the boots, just to see. And in Key Sanity, it's even more common to skip it because for lumberjack to be relevant, you need those 2 keys, small keys, in addition to everything else. We do see Bonta pick up the hook shot power gloves and a small key to Thieves Town.
Oh, all right. That's a good pickup.
So with the gloves and the hook shot, that could be Death Mountain access. Would be out of logic because no flute or lamp. But these runners could easily navigate those dark rooms to get up there.
Yeah, and with the hook shot, they can get to the eastern portion of Death Mountain and get even more checks while they're up there.
Bonta's in the well. There's our one shield that we'll see.
Yeah, so this is Key Sanity. So all of the maps, compasses, big keys and small keys have been mixed around in the item pool and can be found throughout Hyrule.
Bonta also picked up Bombos. Can't use that till we get a sword. And we also find our first key to Turtle Rock.
And there's our shield.
Another 5 rupees in the chicken hut. A couple more checks you can do in Kakariko.
Yep, and gets bombos. Bombos in the well. Yeah, so that shield that the runners just picked up, that's going to be the best shield that they're going to be using for tonight's run. It'll block arrows, and that's about it.
So, still have a few more checks in Kakariko, but so far, a couple interesting items, but nothing that really points us anywhere logically just yet. Nothing really unlocked by those items by themselves.
And a map in the library, which probably won't be where none of our runners will be returning to.
Bonta's going to go straight for the race game, not going to check it, which is a more standard move in Key Sanity because there's a higher chance there's something useful at the end of the game.
And race game, we have the Quake Medallion.
So that's 2 of our 3 medallions out of the way already. Strong chance that at least one of those is for Mire or Turtle Rock, but we won't know until later if they're going to be needed.
Or in the off chance that either is going to be required for both, and we have to find it somewhere for the next hour, which has happened before.
Yep. So Bonta is going to do a traditional route, go down to the dam, see where Willard goes. Looks like he's going to do a similar path. Did give us a quick check of the map, but we do see Eastern's a crystal.
Okay, nice. I thought that happened so fast I didn't catch it. Alright, looks like Willard is going to be doing a little fake flipper here. Let's see.
This is good. He's setting up a Houlihan. I've seen him do this.
Oh.
And Bonta grabs the big key to deserts. So we got the small key and the big key to desert already. Definitely looks like we want to go there early, but we still need a way to get in.
We need the book, or the flute and Titans and the mirror, as well as something to light the torches to open the way to Landmolus.
Alright, and Mini Moldham Cave, 20 rupees. Small key to Castle Tower. Map to Hyrule Castle, not which useful.
And speaking of the Titans.
That is Dark World access. Only one portal they can go through, and that'd be Kakariko portal, but they do have access to the Dark World now.
That's really early Dark World access.
Now, that's not all of Dark World access, though, because they do not have the hammer or flippers. They can't access east side of Dark World yet. So they are a little limited in Dark World.
Yeah, so they're only able to go to, stay in the western portion of the Dark World. Won't be able to go near the area where Pod is without either the flippers or the hammer. And who knows where those items could be located.
Ice Rod Cave has the Ice Palace map.
Okay, alright. See, a little lacking in terms of useful maps, at least. Let's see.
So it looks like Bonta...
I think you may be going up to Death Mountain.
Yep, looks like it's going to be a Death Mountain play for Bonta. And as I said, with that hook shot, there is a lot of items up here you can check. You got 8 on the eastern side, plus the Old Man, plus Spectacle Rock. So you can get several checks in a row up here.
Yeah, this is out of logic, however, because we don't have the lamp to go through the caves, and this is a little bit harder to traverse through. We don't have a sword to light your way, but if you've done Randomizer enough, you kind of have a pretty good memory of where to go here.
Yeah, hookshot's not so bad for navigating this, at least, because it's a little quicker, and you get a nice little dink to tell you where you are.
And the Old Man has the cape.
Cape and a Castle Tower key early. Something could be in Agahnim Tower. But we do need the lamp to get at least one of those chests. And Willard got his map out of Ice Rod Cave. He's not saving quitting. I think he's going to play up to Zora here.
Yeah, so he will be able to do fake flippering here. We'll probably be going into the waterfall cave as well, now that he has the moon pearl. And let's see what's on the ledge on the Zora King.
Bonta goes straight for the Spectacle Rock item. Just 5 rupees. Hint is a joke, so unfortunately doesn't really help. But the nice bomb jump and can head over to the east side of Death Mountain now.
Okay, so we're just doing a little sequence break to talk to our good friend the hobo under the bridge, and he has just 20 rupees on him. The second glove upgrade was found in Mini Moldrum Cave. So both runners found both gloves in less than 15 minutes.
Bonta's going into Paradox Cave. Willard swam by that island. I couldn't quite see. It kind of looked like a small key on the island, but
Yeah.
I'm not certain.
Yeah, it looked like a small key.
So Bonta picks up the big key to Swamp. Only useful if we get to one chest. Swamp is one of the few dungeons you can get through without the big key.
Mm-hmm. Right, both chests in the waterfall fairy had 2 big 20s.
Bonta doing Paradox Cave. Small key to Ice. Small key to Pod. So a couple keys, but not... Death Mountain play doesn't really appear to be paying off for Bonta just yet.
No, but Bonta will be able to go to Dark Death Mountain with the Titan Smiths.
Well, that's true. There's an extra 6 items over there.
And also Hookshot Cave.
And for his 500 rupees, Zora gives a piece of heart, which is not so bad here.
Mm-hmm.
A big key on the floating island. So that is mirror locked for now.
Mm-hmm. Alright, looks like Bonta's gonna be checking out Spiral Cave. Looks like Willard may be just going straight into the Dark World from here.
Yeah, I think he's going to go more traditional and do a Dark World play. Bonta gets some rupees out of Spiral Cave. Going to go into the Dark World from here.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Willard's going to be checking out the Village of Outcasts. And I would imagine taking a quick dip into Thieves Town while he's here.
Yep, he does not have the big key, so if you went into Thieves Town, you'd only be able to do front 4.
Mm-hmm.
But that is 4 item locations I didn't get too quick.
Right, and Willard's heading on in.
While Bonta is in Super Bunny Cave, 2 chests here. Well, there's all of our medallions.
Alright, and there's the bow in Super Bunny Cave.
That is a nice pickup for Bonta.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need to worry about our medallion requirements at this point. We've got them all.
In Hookshot Cave, we have bottle. We have 5 rupees, 20 rupees, and piece of hearts.
Hammer on Willard's side.
Ooh, all right.
So,
sorry, go ahead.
That's a little interesting. Willard, by delaying this slightly on a Death Mountain check, if he comes up here now, he can do Tower of Hera as well, or at least the first 2 items in Hera.
That's right, yeah.
Willard did take a death warp in there, and
Mhm.
just to get back to the entrance, he couldn't go any further anyway.
It looks like the medallion needed for Turtle Rock, it looked like it was Quake.
I think you're right on that. And Willard is finishing up in the Village of Outcast. Did he do C-shaped house? Didn't see him do that.
I don't think I saw him go in there.
Yeah, I think he didn't do C house.
Right, talk to our friend Sahashala, and the green pendant is in Turtle Rock. Ooh.
That's kind of good, Turtle Rock being a green pendant, as Bonta finds flippers, and the big key to Skull Woods, which is another big key you actually don't really need except for the chest.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, Willard's heading back up now. I think he's gonna grab the blacksmith.
Yeah. We're gonna take him on a little quick trip around Hyrule.
Okay. A little interesting routing for Willard. He's gonna do a peg game right now.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, Bonta's gonna do a quick little dip into Eastern Palace.
Yeah, unfortunately, unless he finds a big key in here, he won't be able to clear it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, in the hammer pegs, we have big key to Thieves Town. Oh, okay.
Alright, that is... Now we can full clear Thieves Town. So that's a nice little pickup for Willard there. He can go... After he's done with the smith, can go and full clear Thieves Town right away. Don't know if it's a crystal or pendant yet, but still very nice.
Yeah. I don't know if Willard... I'm currently at 3 hearts still. Not sure if he wants to do a few more checks, hopefully getting a little bit more health, but now he has 4 hearts. He can't do Thieves Town as well.
So let's see. I think he's gonna go do Hype Cave, and then he'll most likely do a save and quit. Well, he also might go talk to the bomb vendor to get info on the red crystals.
That's right. Yes.
Well, Bonta got a little off script in that skeleton room, but got through it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a 20 from the chest there.
And our hint in Eastern Palace is some cash needs fire in Tower of Hera.
Okay, so we do not need to see that small key for Hera. Over in Hype Cave, we get a red boomerang, a compass,
a map, and 5 rupees. That's
that's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, that's a sad Hype Cave if I've ever seen one.
Alright, and here's some information. And Skull Woods and Thieves Town are our 5-6 crystals.
Alright, nice.
So that's some good info for Willard. You can go full clear Thieves Town, get a crystal out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bonta finished up in Eastern, didn't find anything else, so he's out of there for now. Though he has those flippers. I think he's going to do his flipper checks now.
Yeah. You know, with Willard doing the fake flippers earlier, didn't really give us a whole lot of useful items, unfortunately.
Willard's going to drop off the blacksmith quick.
Yeah, so confirmed with Bonta side that it is a small key on Lake Hylia Island. And just 5 rupees for bringing the blacksmith home. Thanks, guys.
It's technically a small scam because you had to pay them 10 rupees to get the 5.
Yeah. Like, I saved your life. Here's a tip for you. Don't spend it all in one place. Right, but I feel like looks like Willard will be returning to the Dark World and we'll be heading in to Thieves Town.
Yeah. We'll see if he also decides to go to C-shaped house because I don't. Or no, he's gonna go to Skull Woods.
Oh yeah, if you because this is key sanity, all of the chests in all of the dungeons now have the potential to have items. So Skullwoods could have something useful in here. And
got a quick map check. Ice Palace is also a crystal.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't know if I think he had the map for Swamp. We didn't see Swamp. I didn't see Swamp though.
And we have a big key to Ice Palace, speaking of.
Yeah, Swamp flashed there for a second. I didn't see it though.
Yeah. We'll see if we get another map check soon.
Now, the nice thing about Skull Woods is that this is the one chest in the game that will not get randomized. It will always have a small key to prevent a soft block.
Mm-hmm.
And Bonta did make the walk to get the piece of heart in Zoro's domain. Willard couldn't get that, unfortunately, because he did not have the flippers at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Willard's gonna go check this one chest in here. A little dangerous, these Gibdos. They do 2 hearts of damage. Gotta dance,
Yeah.
be careful.
Yeah, and also with the Wallmaster trying to grab you. It is not fun trying to be in here.
New check on Bonta's side, turning in the bottle for a small key to Pod. Oh, and there's the flute for Willard.
Alright. So, Willard can now get access to the Mire Area, and we'll be able to check out the 2 chests over in the Mire Shed.
Yep, he can check those 2 chests out. Unfortunately, even with 3 medallions, he does not have access to Mire yet because he does not have a sword.
Mm-hmm.
And as Chat did point out, that also does put Death Mountain into logic now for Willard.
Mm-hmm, yep.
But I still do expect him to go to Thieves Town next because he does have everything to clear that, and he knows it's a crystal.
And the Bumper Cave Ledge is just 20 rupees.
Alright. Well, let's see if Willard does this check. I think he's going to.
There he is, okay. Good. I've seen too many runs where runners have forgotten C-shaped house and there was something important in there. Speaking
there
of...
was something important in there.
That's pretty important, yeah. So now... we now have light to guide us in the dark.
Oh, Willard's not gonna go into... Willard's not gonna go into Thieves Town. He's gonna grab the purple chest. Bonta also grabbed his flute. Willard, yeah, he's gonna grab that flute. He's gonna activate it. And he's gonna turn in that purple chest. And we'll see if he comes back over here or what he decides to do after that.
Mm-hmm. I think after the purple chest, he could flute over to the Desert and Mire area. I don't know if he's holding off Thieves Town because he has so few health.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Willard knows he's done inverted a lot, so he's familiar with low percent Thieves Town strats. But there's also other checks he can make that will give him more items. Bonta takes an unfortunate death in Skull Woods. Don't think he didn't even get to the chest, so he's got to go back up there again.
Yeah, so Bonta will be also beginning. Oh, here we did get the flute. I just missed that. Yeah, but without the fire rod, though, won't be able to do much else in Skullwoods right now.
All right, Willard's gonna turn the purple chest, and from it he will get a bottle.
The bean bottle.
That is French vanilla.
I think so.
We're just gonna check the desert ledge quick, and then gonna go and take the portal now to check the Mire shed.
Alright, since we have all 3 medallions, you don't have to worry about opening Mire. It is also Quake.
Okay, so it's double Quake. He will not be able to go into Mire.
Yep, and 2 heart pieces in Mire shed, so almost at a 5th heart container for Willard.
Bonta does have that Skull Woods key and gets another key to pod with it. So we're starting to get our pod access. I think Bonta's up to 3 pod keys now.
Yeah,
Wood hasn't found a single one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's interesting. That's interesting to point out.
Yeah, Willard is gonna make the Death Mountain checks, and with that hammer, he can go to Hera. Can't do much in Hera. He doesn't have the big key, so he can't go upstairs unless he were to find it in one of the bottom 2 chests in Hera.
Yeah, I don't think the hint that we saw about money being in Hera basement, I don't think Willard has found that yet, if I remember correctly.
I believe that was in Eastern.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so he has not gone over there yet.
Bonta's going to pick up his lamp. Willard's starting his checks. It's worth noting that Thieves Town, I believe, is technically a double dip because you needed to get the hammer to do the hammer pegs to get the Thieves Town big key. Technically a double dip, not a big one, but still interesting to know.
Yeah, and the items are so close to each other, sort of, so it's not, they're not like way apart from each other or anything like that. Let's see here.
Willard does a save and quit, but he's gonna probably go right back up to it's a pretty quick. It's about the same to do the bomb jump or just save and quit right away if you're gonna hook shot over. So both these runners are going over each other's spots now. Checking what the other has. Willard's checks I feel like have paid off a little more, but it's still pretty early. Yeah,
I know. And Bonta did the play into Death Mountain early, but didn't really find anything of much health. And
dead rock blocked.
Oh well. Oh, that's.
Oh, and he almost jumped on that other dead rock. That would have been a death.
Yeah, those dead rocks don't mess around. Alright, Bonta is now in Thieves Town and will be getting the hammer shortly.
Okay, so yeah, here's the hammer for Bonta. One more check, then Bonta will likely take a death warp and leave.
And we'll see where Bonta heads to next. I would imagine probably heading over to Hammer Peg since he's right there.
And meanwhile, Willard now does have the option to go to Hera that Bonta was not able to do. I gotta imagine he's gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. And looking at our trackers, looks like Swamp Palace is a pendant. That was a little fast catch there. I didn't even notice it. So hopefully we don't have to enter Swamp Palace today. Hopefully.
That Swamp Small Key could be in GT, and that would definitely save those runners from a trip.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Now, Bonta grabs that big key to Thieves Town. He hasn't grabbed the smith yet, so he might go straight back to Thieves Town now. Oh, we got a big key.
Oh.
If this is Hera, it's funny.
Oh, Eastern Palace. Oh.
But that's actually good for Willard. If he goes to the right side, grabs that bow, he can go full clear Eastern.
Mm-hmm. A unique item and the ice rod requires a big red bomb.
Wow. So, red bomb has some value.
Okay.
We don't know if we need the ice rod because we don't necessarily need to kill Trinex. But another unique item in there. That is interesting.
Yeah.
It could be a fire rod ice rod combo. No, never mind. It can't be. Red bomb requires Skullwoods, so can't be that.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Looking based on what we have in terms of our pendants and doing our pedestal check. The only two items that we know for sure cannot be on the pedestal. Ice rod, obviously, because we know where that is located, as well as the fire rod. So that's still out of the open. And a little half an hour in, and still no sword as well.
Yeah, very strange to be this late in the season not have a sword yet.
Yes, so there are 4 swords in the seed. Once they find the 2 swords, the 2 remaining swords will turn into 20 green rupees, or 20 rupees.
Now, on Bonta's side, he's going to do Hype Cave. I think he might go to Pod after this. Because he's got 3 keys in the bow. And that's enough to basically check everything in Pod except for the big chest and Helmisar King. And with this being key sanity, that's 12 chests. That could be anything.
Yeah, it's an awful lot of chests. Okay, so it was like red blue pendant at Swamp Palace, green pendant at Swordless Rock that we know already. We still have 1 pendant that has not been accounted for.
We have 4 dungeons that are unaccounted for.
Yeah.
Desert, Hera, Pod, and Mire. And Willard's done on Dark Death Mountain. I think he's gonna most likely take that bow and go to Eastern at this point because you can full clear that.
Looks like in the pyramid we have, what is that? Looks like, oh, there's our sword.
Okay, there is our first sword. Bonta's got to be careful though. He's down to half a heart. Oh, and he might be going to Catfish.
Okay. Yes, but Willard will be able to complete Eastern in full. He is completely in logic, has the big key. And yeah, I think in terms of dungeons that can't be completed at the moment, I think Eastern is really the only one we can do.
Well, We technically can full clear ice.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
It might not all be in logic because you might need the cane,
Mm-hmm.
but with sequence breaks and with the bomb jump, you can full clear ice right now.
And the Catfish today has a big 20. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to Ice Palace in 5 hearts. It's... Oh.
And these runners do also have access to full clear Thieves Town, but neither runner has elected to do it yet.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually 3 of our crystal dungeons we do have the ability to full clear right now. And if we do have the full ability... No, we don't have Hera Big Key yet. We need a way in
We
the
do
desert.
not know, yeah.
Yeah, but this is going to be an interesting check in Eastern for Willard, because he's going to get 2 more items that Bonta couldn't.
Okay, and there's Willard checking out the hint about the Hera basement, so we won't have to worry about both the key and getting down there. Alright, looks like Bonta's going to be re-entering the Dark World. I would imagine probably past Thieves Town in mind.
Yeah, I think it's Thieves Town. We're finally going to get somebody to see what's in the back of Thieves Town.
Yeah, so, I see the chat talking about, keys for pod. There are 6, as well as 6 small keys for pod. If you know a number of tricks and everything, you can complete it with only 4, I believe.
Yeah, if you have the bow or are willing to potion glitch repeatedly, and if you know the hammer jump, you can clear pod in 4 keys. We got Willard going to Armos Knights, Bonta working through Thieves Town.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, there's one more hint that Bonta has the option to read, as well as a chest to check out. And Bonta will be reading that hint first before moving on. Some bombs in the Palace of Darkness Key in the west wing of Swamp Palace.
So ideally, these runners would not want to go to West Wing of Swamp, but
No.
It kind of depends on where our other pod keys are.
Meanwhile, Willard making some quick work out of the Armos Knights. Gets a small key to Ganon's tower for his trouble and his first crystal.
So unfortunately for these runners, or for at least for Willard, the play into Eastern didn't get him anything extra. Meanwhile, Bonta working through Thieves Town, being careful with those grasshoppers. While the there's still arrows, nice find there.
Very nice.
Meanwhile, while the hook shot won't stun any enemies, I believe it would still kill those grasshoppers.
I believe so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for expert mode, for both hard and expert mode rather, the silver arrows only have one function, and that is during the final fight with Ganon. So won't be able to see them in action until then, unfortunately. But this also means that the runners will not have to worry about Master Sword Silverless this time around.
Quick question for from chat, if they're asking if since a pod key is in Swamp, does that mean that the Swamp's small key can't be in GT? I think they kind of answered it themselves. It depends on if pods are a third pendant or not.
Yes.
If pod's a pendant, then yes, the Swamp key could still be in GT. If pod's a crystal, then no, it could be.
Hmm.
And I think Willard's gonna go do Thieves Town now.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be following Bonta's footsteps here. Yeah, nothing really of note in Thieves Town that we've seen so far.
Yep.
But we'll see if Blind has anything.
So Bonta starting off on script very nicely. Just needs 3 more hits.
And there goes Blind.
Just a 20 on blind. So they picked up Bonta picked up silver arrows here, but nothing else in Thieves Town.
Yeah, so both of our runners have a crystal to their names. And we'll see where Bonta goes from here.
Now, the more they're doing, I think the more that pod might be the play.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest concentration of items they've got right now.
Mire shed was checked. It was both chests had a piece of heart, so nothing of real value in there. But no one has. We have not had an Akina check though. However, and I know Willard has been in the deserts. Alright, so Bonta is bringing home a blacksmith. Will be getting his 5 rupees for his trouble, and Willard is getting the silver arrows, which again cannot be used until the Ganon fight.
Yeah, Bonta's gonna make the Mire check now, get us 2 pieces of heart.
Mm-hmm. No question in chat about the late race time. So Willard is based on the West Coast, so it is currently 11:20 p.m. and the Bonta is based in France, so it's early in the morning for Bonta. So yeah, just kind of happens so that the time worked out for the both of them. And I actually learned this recently that Bonta was the winner of the race that the French community had over the summer with the randomizer. So I didn't know that.
No, I forgot. Bonta has that sword. He can go in the mire.
Oh boy.
No canes or big keys, so he can't finish it.
Oh, that's right.
He can check like 5 chests in here.
That's a lot of chests in Mire, which normally would only have 2 items. But for Key Sanity, there are a lot more chances for a good amount of items to be found here. I don't think Willard has gone to the Pyramid Ledge yet. I know Bonta has, because that's where the first sword is, but I don't think Willard has been in that area yet.
No, I don't think he's gone to the right side of Darkhold at all yet. But without that sword, Willard's going to have to do hammer strats on blind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with hammer strats we gotta be a little bit more precise on hitting blind.
Ooh, Bonta's taking a couple hits here. And Willard takes a death there. Now, if Willard decides to step out, wouldn't hurt him. He could easily get back here later. And yeah he does.
Yeah.
That's not going to hurt him because Blind only had rupees. And he can come back later once he has a sword.
I think you might be getting some potions. You might return to Thieves Town.
Now, in Expert, a potion only heals 1 heart. So it might give Willard an extra hit, but that's about it.
Alright, and Willard's back at it. And meanwhile, Bonta is doing the little cutscene room here in Mire.
Chat is reminding me that it is a red crystal here, though, and there is a unique item at the Pyramid Fairy, so...
Oh!
Ooh, that's a nice hint. Boots on a boss.
Okay, alright. Doesn't tell us which boss it is, though, so it could be really anyone. I mean, besides, you can't be on Blind, obviously you can't be on Armor's Knight, so that narrows it down to 8 more bosses.
So Willard's doing a strat here. He's going to wait for Blind to go down to the bottom, use the cape to protect himself. He's going to use the bottom for a little bit easier hits with that hammer.
I'm also need to note with Willard using the cape back there. In expert mode, the cape and Burna use up a lot more magic than usual. So something to keep in mind.
Yeah. No, Bonta did find the Swamp Small Key in Mire.
Oh, okay.
So Swamp. Well, we don't have the mirror yet, so we can't go in the swamp.
Yeah, we do have the small key as well, so we can. I think once they find the mirror, its swamp can't be completed if they choose to do so.
Willard takes Blind down.
Nice.
Gets his second crystal. While Bonta continuing to search through Mire. Gonna have to use the cape in this room, but since logically you might need the cape will drain normally in this room.
That's a second small key to Turtle Rock for Bonta.
One more chest for Bonta in Mire. Just 5 rupees. So unfortunately, beyond that hint for the boots, Bonta did not get much out of Mire.
Yeah.
We did get a Turtle Rock key too. That might be useful a little later.
Oh,
you also did get the Swamp key. I'll have to see if that's useful. Oh, we gotta check Desert's one of our crystals.
Alright. I think that's what we have. That's 4 crystals.
Yep,
I believe.
That might be.
So Eastern Desert, Skullwoods, Thieves. Oh yeah, it's 5. Yeah, I forgot to count Ice Palace.
And looks like Bonta's making the pod play as Willard's checking the 2 chests he can check in Agahnim Tower.
So interesting thing about Key Sanity is that normally these 2 chests would have 2 small keys that let you progress up the tower, but because this is Key Sanity, these 2 chests could have items, like a big 20 for example. But we'll be able to check one more chest while he's up here. And that chest will have a small key to Tower of Hera, which we know is not going to be needed.
So that was a bust of a check into Castle Tower.
Yeah. Alright, so Bonta's heading in is the first to check out Palace of Darkness. First chest is just a little compass.
And well, it's going to give us our Regina check.
Yeah. Yeah, so Willard cannot. He can enter Ice Palace, but he won't be able to he won't be able to progress further unless he has the sword to use bombos. Or he finds the fire rod, whichever comes first. But Ice Palace is not an option for Willard at the moment. And yeah, Gina. What did Gina have again?
A Turtle Rock key.
Okay,
so
alright.
Maybe useful. And I think Willard's gonna follow Bonta in the pod.
Let's see, yeah, we don't have the big key to pod yet either.
Yep, they'll be able to check basically everything but 2 chests in here if they use their keys right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the map to pod, so we can find out if it's a pendant or crystal after we step out. Bonta's gonna try a bomb jump. Or no, he's just gonna use a bomb to hit the switch.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, it works.
It looks like Bonta's just gonna bomb the opening there. I'm not gonna read too much about the big chest at the moment because we don't have that big key yet. And we have a small key to Ganon's Tower, which is not really of much value, and 5 rupees.
Yeah, Bonta's picking up some extra rupees here, just in case.
Mm-hmm. And we have a big key. There's a big key to Misery Mire. It was there the entire time.
Unfortunately, and there's a Master Sword.
Alright, okay. Now the seat is kind of looking up, I think.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that Misery Mire big key only opens 1 more item for now, because we do not have Samaria to get to the boss.
And Bonta going to be showing us the hammer jump here in Pod. It's a pixel perfect jump, and he does it with no issues at all. Yeah, but at the very least, Willard will be getting his first sword here in Pod.
And nothing in the Dark Maze. Bonta was going to take a Death Warp. Now, the Death Warp's actually kind of nice, because Bonta can do a save and continue here. And then go back through the bow-locked side of Pod, or just leave.
That also works.
I was going to say, he can check, and that's a crystal.
Actually, and we're going back in.
Okay. So, yeah, I wasn't going to say is he could go back to the bow-locked side of Pod and check the chest on the... at the vanilla big key spot. And if there's nothing there, he can do a soft reset and save that key so that he doesn't ever have to find another pod small key.
Because after everything's all said and done, you still need 1 small key to gain access to Helmelsorking.
And worst case scenario, if you do find something useful there, you do know where at least another pod small key is. Now, Willard, unfortunately, is in a little bit of a different situation. He only has 2 pod small keys coming in here. So he's going to have to decide what door he wants to open.
Yeah. And we'll also be getting the hammer jump as well on Willard's side.
Yeah. Bonta... Actually, I don't think Bonta checked the 1 bridge chest, which... that's a little concerning. It's going to be hard to get back over there. Okay, so there's 20 rupees, so if Bonta does want to do the soft reset, he could. And just another 20. He's going to have to go back to the bowlock side to get to the arena bridge chest.
Yeah. And there's the soft resets. All right.
Yeah. So he is leaving that one chest behind, but he does save the key that way. And yet, Willard is going to have the same option here in a minute. He just did the soft reset himself. Or he just did the save and quit, or save and continue. He can do the soft reset as well if he wants to. Or he just went through the front door.
No. And that's just a piece of heart in that chest.
So, once Willard gets this red 20, I wouldn't be surprised if he saves and heads out too. Or he just does his soft reset too. Oh, that was a sword!
Oh!
Okay,
Okay, alright. That also works.
So, there were 2 swords in pod.
It's weird because on Bonta's side it was it was 20. It was a red 20. I wasn't sure for in this case it was gonna be green, but okay, right, it's good to know.
Alright, and then if Willard goes to the pyramid, he'll get his master sword. But Bonta is making the dip into Ice Palace.
Yeah, on the 5 hearts. And master sword, hammer, both medallion. It's gonna be quite a trip going into Ice Palace. Yeah, we're still missing a good amount of items here as well as keys. We know where the ice rod is in case should rock be required and fighting Trinex. Still don't have the fire rod, Kina Samaria, the mirror and or book to gain access to Desert Palace. Some caches in Mimic Cave. Alright. Good to know, game. Thank you. Okay, so green 20 is in Swordless. Okay, that makes sense. Cool, thanks chat. I did not know that. Today I learned. And there's the Master Sword for Willard.
So, Ice Palace, I have a feeling is going to have something big here.
Yeah.
Because they're running out of spots again.
Yeah, they can't enter swamp without the mirror. Can't enter desert without either the book remaining or the mirror. Yeah, so not much else.
Willard grabbed a red potion. Wasn't expecting that. He's going. Looks like he's making the ice play. That was surprising. He grabbed a red potion for that.
Oh wow, okay. I didn't even catch that. I thought for sure he would get a blue one. Alright. See, Bonta continues in Ice Palace and gets another Dark Palace key. Alright.
Just 10 rupees or 10 arrows there. So we've still got 5 more chests to check in here. I do have to feel like something's got to be here.
I want to say there's probably going to be progression in the big chest here in Ice Palace, which in any other normal scene is not typically required, since most runners, especially if you're in Go mode, you just skip on the big chest altogether and not worry about the keys. But key sanity, anything that changes that completely.
So the last hint in ice is just a joke hint. Bonta heading to the iced tea room. Just a 5 rupees. We've got big chest, the small chest above the big chest, and we do have cold stare, which could be boots.
Yeah, Coulter could have the boots on him today. Yeah, Ice Palace early in any seed is not fun. And we have the mirror.
Okay, that's our Swamp Palace access.
Right,
And
I guess
Bonta didn't do the big chest. He's got the big key.
Okay, I want to say this is just like I'm going to chalk it up to just muscle memory because again, if you're in go mode and a normal seed outside of key sanity, you do not check that chest like ever. So we'll see if Willard will check that chest. Hopefully, Bonta didn't miss anything too important.
Yeah, Bonta on his cold stare fight now. Let's him go with Master Sword spins for it.
Yeah. Gotta be careful of the icicles falling from the ceiling as well as 3 puffs chasing them down.
Oof. He's got to be very careful. Oh, and he takes a death.
Oh, yeah, that's welcome to expert mode, everyone.
And he's not going to take another shot. He's going to take that mirror and move on for now.
I think he may do the Swamp Palace play at this point.
Now, the other thing that's worth noting, there is a small key on the Lake Hylia Island. There's a big key on the Floating Island. And we're actually only missing 3 big keys at this point. Turtle Rock, Tower of Hera, and Ganon's Tower.
And one thing to note, that with the hint system in version 30, there's always going to be one hint that will tell you where Ganon's Tower big key is located. And we have not found that hint yet.
So Willard gonna grab the chest here. He's gonna bomb jump over to the iced tea room.
He'll bomb jump here and hopefully return back here to get the big chest. Hopefully. Question in chat. The E means expert mode, so this is a difficulty higher than hard mode, where you have even less hearts and less armor and weapons to guide you in the seed.
Right. Hint in swamp is a joke hint. So we only had a couple spots left where that GT big key hint can be. Willard's gonna come back around. He's gonna check that chest. Let's see if he check. Yeah, he's got the hook shot out. He's gonna check that chest that Bonta skipped.
All right, let's see what's in the big chest today, and it is just bombs.
Okay, that's not gonna hurt Bonta for now.
Yeah.
But if the boots are on cold stare, that might hurt Bonta a bit.
Can expert require minor glitches or do no modes to fire them? In the fall tournaments, minor glitches are allowed. So you can fake flipper, you can dark walk and the like. Just no major glitches.
I think to better answer the question, sorry. Minor glitches are allowed, but they're never required.
Yes, yeah. Alright, let's see how Willard does with the cold stare fights.
Yeah, Willard using his sword strats and using the hammer. Already down to a heart. He's got to be very careful.
Yeah,
the potion could protect. Yeah, the potion could protect him from an ice hit, but will not protect him from those cold stare puffs.
Yeah, these cold stare puffs do not play around. Alright, there's one puff down. 2 puffs. And 3 down. Oh.
Alright, and what does Cold Steer have? The fire rod!
Oh no!
Oh!
Oh!
That's big!
Oh, that is mean game. Oh my god. So, Coldster didn't have the boots, but he had something even more important. Alright, Willard, where we're heading off to now. He's probably gonna go... He's gonna go to Skullwoods.
Yeah, he's going straight to Skullwoods. He's gonna finish that because he knows the unique item at the big bomb.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Skullwoods is our second red crystal. Oh man.
And so far, Bonta, he hasn't found really anything here. He found the castle tower key in case Aga is needed, but unless there's something on Lumberjack, we don't need to do Aga at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Willard never did check the big chest here since he didn't have the key the first time through, so he's going to check it now.
No. I forgot what was in here. It was... Oh, that's the other key to... That was the key to Dark Palace that he was missing, so... He will be heading then... I'm sure he'll be heading there sometime soon.
Yeah, I think Willard's path at this point, he's going to do the back of Skullwoods, then he's going to go do the red bomb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I think the other big thing he could find, and thing that would really help him at red bomb at this point, would be the cane.
Yes. The hint that we found earlier told us, we know for sure that an ice rod is there. It also said a unique item.
Hold on, we not need the cane of Samaria in this seed. It depends if Myers are pendants or crystal.
That's right, because Ice Palace wasn't Samaria locked, was it?
Not necessarily. I mean, they got through it with a minor glitch, but
yeah, that's a good point.
Willard might be in item go mode at this point. He still needs some keys, but he might be in item go mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're still missing big keys to Hera, Ganon's Tower, and Pod as well.
No, we just need to know what Mire is. If Mire's a crystal, then we need Samaria. If Mire is a pendant, then we don't need Samaria unless there's something required on the right side of GT. Alright, Mothula down, and Mothula has
a map to Turtle Rock, which we know is a green pendant. Right. Yeah, Willard making some quick work out of the moth there. And has 4 dungeons cleared.
He's gonna go back in and check this chest. Yeah, I guess chat's also reminded me kitten could be required if something's in TR.
Yeah.
So yeah. This is interesting. We'll have to see. Bonta is gonna check he's gonna check Checkerboard Cave, and then he's gonna do Desert, which is full clearable at this point. Desert is actually a dungeon we have not stepped into.
That's right, yeah. And another map. And Bonta's gonna grab it. I think it might be the map to Hera. Yep.
Alright, if he does the map check, we'll know what everything is.
Alright, and...
Hera's a pendant.
Alright.
So, we do need the cane.
Okay, oh boy. Yep, so Hera is our third pendant. And Mire is completely in play now.
Now, it is worth mentioning with Desert, there is one place we can't check, and that would be the torch. But we do know the boots are on a boss, which I think is why Bonta is going straight for the boss, in case the boots happen to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, so for key sanity, you don't know which dungeons are pendants and crystals until you find the maps for them.
It's Bonta pulling out the bow to start. Can you get some shots in with the bow? Kind of standard, actually, in NMG strats. In NMG, you do use the bow for a couple hits.
Alright, meanwhile, Willard is doing some checks here at the first portion of Desert Palace and gets a piece of hearts in the big chest. Oh.
That's a nice hint. So that means that floating island is likely GT Big Key.
Yep. And there's the boots.
Okay. So, wait. If the floating island is a GT Big Key, Hera's a pendant, Turtle Rock's a pendant. We still need the Pod Big Key. That's it, I think.
Yeah, and we also need Samaria.
Yeah, we need Pod Big Key. Yeah, you're right. Pod Big Key and Samaria. And we know there's a unique item at the Pyramid Fairy.
Speaking of Hera.
Big Key.
Alright, so Bonta will be checking the last chest here. And we do have a small key, so we can check the right side. Yeah, and for Bonta's side, he has to go back to Ice Palace at some point.
Yeah, he's got to get back to Ice Palace, get that fire rod to keep moving in this seed.
Alright, Willard will be entering the fight with Lamos, and we'll be getting the boots shortly.
Actually, I'm kind of a little curious about something. Did Willard see the hints on the red bomb? I'm trying to remember where that was.
I don't remember. I want to say, I don't know if it was Thieves Town or in I want to say it's probably Thieves Town or Pod. I forget where he. Oh, it was I know the Mire hint was the one that told us that the boots were on a boss. I don't remember where was the one that told him the items in the Pyramid Fairy.
Well, he's going back to Kakariko.
He's gonna
get the map that was in Kakariko. He's probably still trying to figure out what his crystals are. So remember, we know what they are, but
yeah,
these runners don't all have that information yet.
Or not. I think you forgot for a split second that, it's just a map up here. Never mind. I don't need it.
Okay, he's going to 4. Maybe this is now going to be his play to get the red bomb. Meanwhile, Bonta's checking some of the boots locations. King's Tomb, just a blue rupee.
Mm-hmm. It's like Bonta will be checking out the Pegasus Rocks as well.
And if he wants to, he can go north and check and see if Aga is required. But there's the only thing that could really be there at this point is, like I said, the cane or a big key to Pod. Bonta did get another small key to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, we know that the Samaria actually can't be on. Well, actually, no. Samaria can be. Oh, Samaria can't be on there. Oh, let's see. Well, yeah, no one has gone up here yet.
Bonta's checking.
Oh boy, let's see what we got here. And today we have a small key.
Okay, a small key's not bad because they've got pretty much any small key they might need at this point.
That's right. Yeah. So.
Oh, the book.
No.
So interestingly enough, the book is not, we know it's not needed because something that was announced to the runners and announced to the community. As of the current version, there's a bug, and the tablets cannot contain progression as a result of it because they do not consider swords progression. So as a result, until the bug's patched, we know that the book will not have progression on the tablets. So
which means that Samaria can't be on the tablets.
So, as far as we're aware, unfortunately, that's kind of a useless item. It does allow us to check Pedestal. That is true, Chad.
Yeah, but because Turtle Rock is a pendant, Samaria cannot be on the pedestal. So, for the most part, Pedestal is most likely dead at this rate. Unless you have an item like, say, the mushroom or the powder that could lead to Samaria. So, yeah, about that. Ganon's Tower Big Key, we know, is in plain sight. So, we know that it is most likely going to be in the floating island up in Death Mountain.
I think Willard's going to go back to his portal. He's going to go check Catfish. He has been up there.
Chad brings up a... Oh, where are you going? Where are you going, Willard?
He just forgot where he put his portal.
Yeah, I think Chad brings up a good point. I guess, could the pedestal have the big key to Pod?
It could, but we need the Turtle Rock big key, another Turtle Rock small key, and the Cane of Samaria before that's a possibility.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a long way to get there.
Now, yeah, I wouldn't even think about it until we find the Turtle Rock big key at this point, and Samaria. But Bonta's fighting Moldorm. Moldorm's gonna have an item. Let's see what Moldorm's got.
And just 20 rupees.
Yeah, so it doesn't really look like you had to go up Tower of Hera for now. I mean, Willard can go into Mire. He's got all of Mire except for Vitreous that he can do.
Yeah. And I think when Bonta was in there earlier, he... Actually, no, he didn't have the big... I don't think he had the big key at the time, did he?
He did not have the big key, so that was one item he could not get at the time.
Yeah.
And, I mean... Okay, well, yeah, Will's gonna grab the small key that was on the island here.
Yeah, small key to Misery Mire, which we know is not really of much value.
Bonta's gonna open the Turtle Rock, but he can't. He can just stick the hint in here. That's it. But we do have Spike Cave that's right next door that we have not seen yet.
The best boomerang is in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Willard's gonna make.
Yeah.
Willard's gonna make the Mire play. So unless the big chest has something, this really isn't gonna yield Willard much.
Yeah, this is Willard's first visit into Mire as well.
And Bonta's gonna go pick up this big key. We pretty sure this is the GT big key.
Yeah, so for those in chat, when a hint refers to the best boomerang, it is talking about the blue boomerang, which a lot of people like it more than the magical boomerang. It's a little funny thing that the devs added.
Oh, that's not.
That is not. Oh,
big key.
Oh,
that's interesting. So, what in plain sight have we not seen?
What else is in plain sight?
Was that a big key in the lumberjack, or was that a small key?
It looked like a small key.
Chat's pointing out GT torch.
Oh yeah, that doesn't end in plain sight. Okay, that's sneaky. Usually when you have the Ganon's big key in Ganon's tower, it will explicitly say it is in Ganon's tower. That's interesting.
Yeah, plain sight can refer to the GT torch, so
okay.
That's a bit of a That's a bit of a. I don't want to call it a troll, but
yeah, that's pretty trolly.
Unfortunately, Bonta tried to get through Spike Cave but couldn't. Did not have enough.
Mm-hmm. Alright, looks like Bonta. Where are you going now? I think. Oh, he's gonna get the small key here in the island, which we know is just the one for Mire.
Now, of course, even though the Turtle Rock Big Key was on that island, until we have Samaria, Turtle Rock still is out of logic.
Mm-hmm.
And Bonta's going back in the pod, maybe? Check some stuff he forgot. He has more keys now. And then he'll probably do Eastern, which he hasn't done yet. He just got the big key for that. Still can't clear pod because no big key, but he can check some other stuff that he didn't check the first time.
Yep. And meanwhile, it looks like Willard will be checking the big key, the big chest here in Mire, which was the one item that Bonta was unable to see when he was in here. And just a big 20.
Okay, so that will not hurt Bonta.
No. Now the real question is, where do we go from here looking for Samaria?
I almost gotta think Spike Cave is the answer. I don't know what else is out there.
Yeah, because we know Hera basement is nothing. I think the guys checked most of Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, you've checked everything you can in Palace of Darkness. We have not seen the big key to pod yet.
Yeah.
We've checked everything in Swamp. Bonta did.
I think we have we had the hint that told us the left side of Swamp, which was nothing.
And I think Willard might be going to do Swamp now.
That's true. Samaria can be on the Helmet King, but we still need the big key to fight him.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that at this point it's gotta be Spike Cave. I don't know what else that could be. So we know that small key, unless this... No, Willard's got all 4 Turtle Rock keys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that small key that's on Lumberjack's either a GT key or maybe the last pod key, maybe a Mire key. I think we might. So, yeah, whatever that key on Lumberjack is, it's not needed.
Yes, we did see the big chest in Ice Palace, and it was just bombs.
Yeah, Willard's gonna make the play in the swamp. Can't blame him. There's a lot of items in here, and he's so close to go mode right now.
Yeah, it's just like, where is the King of Samaria? That's all we need. Alright, Bonta, where we head off to next? Looks like...
What's he gonna do here? There is Graveyard Ledge, but he's already... We've got a hint Graveyard Ledge, it's a bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know if he saw that one, though. Yeah, I think he's on... Or no?
Maybe he's doing...
Might be grabbing Purple Chest. I don't think he's grabbed Purple Chest.
Ah, okay, alright. I can't remember if there's anything on Argus when Bonta was in here earlier.
I don't think there was.
Okay, or if there was anything of note in Swamp Palace.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And actually, no, it can't be a pod key on Lumberjack because the other pod key's in here. So
that's right.
Know that.
Yeah, so question in chat. We cannot check the magic bat at the moment because we do not have the powder, and we also do not have Samaria and the mushroom to do the fake powder glitch.
Yeah. Bonta's going back in the mire. He's only going to check one more chest, which is just rupees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for Bonta at this point, he needs to go back to... He needs to go back to Cold Stare to get his fire rod, and then he can clear... Skull Woods and go get his ice rod.
Yeah, I think at this rate, after this, Bonta will have to go back to Ice Palace after wrapping up things here.
He might try Spike Cave again, too. Oh, no, he hasn't gone to Castle Tower yet.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Check those 2 chests in there.
Kind of answer your question in chat. Ice Rod could be required if the pod big key is on Trinex or at the green pendant. But that would be it.
And you would still need the King of Samaria to do that. And I think at that point, that is currently our go mode, our item for go mode, along with the Ganon's Tower big key, which we know at this point is probably going to be on Bob's Torch and Ganon's Tower. Oh, and Pod big key as well. So, not much else we can go to at this point. I feel like Willard's probably going to be heading back up to Spike Cave, which no one really likes to go to Spike Cave in any situation. Alright. Bonta taking a quick little pause here while Willard finishes up Argus.
Yeah, for Bonta, it's Ice Palace, Spike Cave. He's going for potions.
Yeah.
And Willard's done in Swamp. Where's his next play?
Going back up to Sanctuary.
He did just get the second small key to Castle Tower, so he might be checking to see if egg is required.
And Bonta maybe doing the check in Spike Cave.
Yeah, Bonta's going for Spike Cave.
Alright. And we'll see that the ledge will just have the small key. Yeah, so it was a small key confirmed. Alright, here's the moment of truth, everyone.
Oh, Willard's gonna go check the pedestal.
Oh no. Alright. And in Spike Cave today we have the big key to Dark Palace.
Okay, so I think at this point that means Kane of Samaria is either in the big chest or on Helmsaur.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Willard's gonna see anything on the ped.
Yeah. Pedestal is gonna be, this will give you 10 shots with your bow. And it looks like Willard will be following suit. Yes, so this has to mean that Samaria is on Helmsaur King. Like there's no other way.
Unless it's powder or mushroom or shovel that leads to it.
Helmsaur has shovel, which leads to the mushroom, which leads to the powder, which leads to Samaria. As a worst case scenario.
But no, Willard's not gonna do that. He's gonna do Hera first, which I can't blame him. There's 3 items still in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, Turtle Rock is completely irrelevant. We do not need to step in there for any reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hera's technically irrelevant too, for the most part. Well, actually, no, we got the Eastern Big Key in here. But that was much earlier.
Yeah. And we have a little bit, kind of doing a little trading places here. And wasn't sure if our bot is not working at the moment. Doesn't look like. Yeah, it looks like the bot is currently down at the moment. But for everyone watching tonight or this morning or wherever you are, please give these runners a follow. WillardJBradley and Bonta for working with whatever the seed has been for the last hour and a half.
So, I actually have a bad feeling for Bonta right now, and I'll explain why. If Bonta gets Kane in here, he might go for Turtle Rock, expecting.
Because of the fire rocket being there.
Yeah.
But I would imagine he would go to Ice Palace first, though, because that's a crystal. So, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. That's an interesting point. Question in chat. What does the question mark sword stand for? And that means that the swords are randomized, which means, in the seed we don't know where the swords are. They could be anywhere in Hyrule, and we have to find them. Other modes for the tournament include Uncle Assured, which means your uncle in the sewers will have a sword, and also Swordless, which means you have no sword. But yeah, that's a sword shaped into a question mark, which means swords are randomized.
Willard's got his pod big key. He's gonna go do pod. Bonta's almost a Helmasaur. We're gonna find out what Helmasaur has.
Mhm. Right.
If Bonta sticks to crystals, he'll be fine.
Yeah. But I think the big Bonta just had Cold Stare left behind. I think.
Well,
Also-
Bonta does have the big chest in ice as well.
Oh, that's
that he
right.
forgot
Yeah.
to check. So that might at least incentivize him a little more to go back to ice. But he's got to be careful. He's got to be. Oh no! Oh.
Yeah. Again, everyone, welcome to expert mode. How tough are you? Yeah, there's in expert mode. Expect a lot of deaths than usual.
Yeah, Bonta's unfortunately had a lot of boss deaths in this one. He died on Cold Stare to stop him from getting ice or the Fire Rod.
Mhm.
Just died to Helmasaur, which we believe has the progression for the cane. I think Chad said he died on another boss. I can't remember which other one he died on.
Oh gosh, I can't remember. I can't remember as well. No, this is defeat Ganon's seed. So we just need to get the 7 crystals to unlock Ganon's tower.
Oh yeah, Chairman. That wasn't a boss. Bonta died in Spike Cave. That was his other death.
Okay, got it. And also, Willard did die to blind as well.
Here's attempt 2 for Bonta.
You gotta be a little bit more, a little more careful here. All right, mask is off, and just shooting arrows into Helmasaur's face, and that is Helmasaur King down.
So this is progression of some kind.
And it is the Cane of Samaria.
Yep, no fetch quests needed. There's your cane. And Willard's about to pick up that cane as well. Not technically in go mode yet, because he still needs the GT Big Key, but he knows it's in plain sight.
Mhm.
Though I do think he's gonna get an unpleasant surprise when he checks the island and finds the Turtle Rock Big Key.
Alright, so both runners will be heading to Mire to complete. Now that they have the Cane of Samaria, Bonta still has to return to Ice Palace and get that other crystal and get the Fire Rod to complete Skullwood. So he is about 2 dungeons behind at the moment.
And Willard, he's going for the capacity, but yeah, let's say there's no capacity upgrades in Expert.
Yeah, no. Capacity does not exist in expert mode. Which would be nice when you're fighting Vitreous, but...
I think he wanted the arrow refill before going into Vitreous.
Yeah. But again, with arrows, silver arrows, normally for the Vitreous fight would be no problem. But because this is expert mode, we are stuck with wooden arrows, hammer, and a master sword. to do the deed.
Alright, so Bonta's almost to Vitreous. Willard's on his way there for his 7th crystal.
Mm-hmm. The capacity upgrades are available up for easy, normal, and hard mode. For expert and insane mode, they just don't exist.
Yeah, I believe in easy and normal they're 100 rupees, in hard they're 200.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be in chests, but as of version 30, they took them out of the item pool and made them purchasable again.
Mm-hmm. Right, and Bonta with Master Sword spin strats here, dealing with the eyeballs of Vitreous. Gotta be careful of the lightning here. Still only has 6 hearts. Both runners were still at 6 hearts, rather.
Yeah, Bonta doing really well. He's got through the eyeballs. He doesn't have enough arrows for the main eyeball either, so he's gonna have to do some spins here to get Vitreous down a little first, then could choose to arrow it to death.
I think it's 8 arrows.
Because it's 8 arrows normally.
Yeah.
At 6 arrows, he can't just use all arrows. I think he's just gonna go Master Sword slashes the whole way, it looks like.
Yeah. It's definitely the safer route. The max amount of hearts for expert mode is 9. So our runners right now have 6 each, and they've had 6 for a good while now.
Yeah, Bonta got the mushroom, so that might be something he'll check. Willard did some damage boost strats to start, but he's down to 1 heart. He's got to be careful.
Ooh, yeah, gotta use some pause buffering here. He does have that potion.
The potion would only restore 1 heart, but it would. It wouldn't really give him much of a buffer here. This is.
I know.
He's living on the edge.
This is mean.
Bonta just turned in the mushroom, and the mushroom has just some bombs.
Right, and Willard using the rest of his ammo. And, using hammer strats here.
Gotta be careful. Wait, where's Bonta going?
Bonta, where are you going? Are you going to... He's going to Turtle Rock, isn't he?
He's doing Turtle Rock.
Oh, no. Oh. Alright, with that, Willard has his 7th crystal at hand. He's gonna flute, possibly back up to 1 unless he does any more refill. Or not?
He needs some arrows. I think he's gonna go try to grab some arrows first.
Okay, yeah. Probably need those. They'll be most helpful. Yeah, so for those of you tuning in just now, Bonta still needs the fire rod, and the fire rod is on Cold Stair over in Ice Palace, which unfortunately Bonta did take a death earlier in the seed.
Yeah, unfortunately for Bonta, he's not gonna find anything here.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's why Willard came over here. He wants some arrows. Oh, and he is. I thought they disabled the ability to buy the fire shield in expert. I guess not.
Huh. Oh, okay. All right. Willard has the fire shield, which Yes, it does put some good use. It'll protect him against fire shots, but that's about it. A little bit more protection for him.
I mean, it didn't glitch to get it, so if the seat allows it, he's allowed to have that.
Although I'm surprised that Willard didn't buy more arrows while he was there.
There are some in GT, so he doesn't need too many.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Now, we are going to get a good laugh here, because Willard is thinking he's about to grab the GT big key. Yeah, and I mean, chat talking about Bonta's decision, it's a tough one because, yeah, you'd like to stick with crystals early, but at the same time, there's so much density in Turtle Rock, you can't blame him for going for it. He might be feeling behind, so he's thinking, okay, if something's in Turtle Rock, I'm in good shape, if not, I've probably lost anyway.
Yeah, normally for Turtle Rock, on normal seas, there are 6 items, but with key sanity, that increases to, I think, 10. I think I can't remember the exact chest count for key sanity Turtle Rock. I know it's a lot more.
All right, and Willard's about to pick up his Turtle Rock big key.
I was like, this is not what I wanted. Yeah, well, just go to where are you going? Yeah, just go to Ganon's Tower. Just go.
I think he was confused there. He's like, wait, that's not the GT big key.
It's like, this is not the big key I was looking for.
Yeah, Bonta was down to 1 heart. He takes a death right after going in, so gets a quick refill.
Alright, Willard at a little over 152 is now in Ganon's Tower, and we'll be here in the Bob's chest. Key in plain sight, it is the big key to this dungeon, and at 1 hour 52 minutes and change, WillardJBradley is now officially in go mode.
And I mean, check out what it wanted. It always wants the key on Bob's torch, so there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, at this point for Willard, it's pretty much all execution the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is Willard's race to lose. At this point.
Yeah, he has enough arrows to get to the red mimics. Grab some extra arrows for his climb.
Mm-hmm.
Bonta, meanwhile, it's going to do laser bridge. Bonta has found the powder in here as well. Completely missed that. And Willard not taking any chances. He'll take the safety here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And Bonta's kind of just standing there for a minute, kind of realizing, I think he knows now where he's got to go. Or maybe not quite yet. Oh, he's gonna take that powder and check it.
Oh, okay. Check the magic bats.
Still kind of just holding out hope that maybe that fire rod's here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Willard's down to half a heart. Gotta be careful. Yeah, the blue potion would give him a heart back, but yeah, he's got to be very careful in this fight.
Yep.
He's just gonna take the heart.
Ooh. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier at the start of this, that half magic also exists in expert mode.
Alright. Willard through land mode 2. As Bonta's going back into Ice Palace.
Yep, he has nowhere else to go. He's going to grab as many hearts as he can from here on out. Yeah, everyone in chat pointing out, the play that Bonta made for Turtle Rock would be a play that, you know, anyone could have made because of the density in Turtle Rock for the items that you still need. However, because we know how the rest of the seed has played, we know that it's not really going to work out for him, unfortunately, this time around. And that is Randomizer, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes just your decisions don't play out. Sometimes it's that location you passed up or the location that you kind of left behind because it would have taken you too long to get back there after a death. It happens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think Bonta's made any bad decisions here. It just...
No, absolutely not, no. You know, and, you know, I know for myself and for JP here, we have made, you know, there have been some times where the risky plays pay off, and other times where they just don't. And, you know, that's Randomizer for you. Alright, meanwhile, Willard has finally made it up to the top of the tower. Run his way past through many Helmosaurs and will be meeting up with our good old friend Agahnim, a nice little trigonometry lesson here.
Is that a triple?
That was a triple. It was a very nice triple. And another one. Ooh, that's 2 triples. Very nice.
And so Willard is going to have full health, full magic going into the Ganon fight. Has silvers. Got to do Master Sword strats, but yeah, it's not too bad. This is a bit of a risky fight because you really can't take more than maybe a hit, depending on what you get hit by, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's the hit by a magic bat, getting hugged by Ganon. Gotta do spin strats so you pull way through.
So for Ganon, in Master Sword, you need 12 spins per phase. Only spins will work. Slashes do not damage Ganon at all.
Yep, I know based on what I've been learning about the randomizer for NMG races, the game expects you to have Tempered Sword at the very least. So Master Sword slashes on its own, on their own, do not do a whole lot of damage, which is why we gotta resort to spin it and win it.
Willard got a nice alignment there. I don't think he's not quite out of phase 2 yet.
Nope. Meanwhile, Bonta has made their way back to Cold Stare, and a little bit more better equipped, and takes it down for the Fire Rod, and we'll be heading over to Skullwoods, finish off Mothula there, and then we'll be heading off to the tower soon after.
Right, so 1 spin each time he knocks the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's 4 silvers after that.
Did you find the arrows in Thieves Town? We did. Thanks, game.
Willard gets a nice shot to nail the torch glitch. Just 3 more arrows. 2 more arrows. 1 more, needs to light the torch 1 more time.
And there we have it.
Willard finishes off Ganon, and as soon as he crosses that bridge, he will advance to the top 8 in this tournament to face Kyong 92.
Right, and with that, WillardJBradley finishes the seed in 2 hours, 1 minute, and 6 seconds. I don't have an official SRL time at the moment. I don't know if you have that up there, JP, by any chance.
Yep, 2 hours, 1 minute, 5 seconds is his official time, and shortly after that, Bonta did forfeit.
Okay. But please put your GGs in chat for both of these runners. They have raced this weird, strange seed, and I believe right now we have Willard joining us in chat. GG to you, good sir. I would like to know your thoughts about the seed.
It's good. It's a good seed.
It was good, just good.
Okay. Well, let's start with something that happened towards the end. What went through your mind when you went to the floating island and picked up that big key?
Oh my gosh, I thought that was it. I thought that was GT. And the text box popped up and I was like, yep, GT, all right. And then I was like, wait, hold up. That didn't look like GT. And of course, paused, saw it wasn't there, dashed out. I was like, I don't know, what am I doing? And then I just started dashing left. I was like, well, it's got to be in GT then. It's got to be on the torch. And I was too busy thinking about that I ran into a Lionel. But that was funny.
Yeah, all of us, because we saw that hint too, that the Ganon's Tower big key was in plain sight. So like, okay, we like that's the floating island. It's like, okay, that makes sense. And then Bonta was actually the first person to get it. And when we realized that it was Turtle Rock, was like, that's not the big key we were looking for.
Yeah. I actually didn't even think about the GT torch until after that moment. Obviously, I was so sure that was it, and I was like, I was freaking out. I was opening up GT because I was like, what if I missed something? I hope I didn't. But yeah.
We have a question in chat to inquire you about. You bought the fire shield.
Yeah. It's a good shield.
Yeah, it's a very good shield. Yeah.
It blocks fire. What could you want?
It does. Yeah, I think you bought that after going into Ice Palace and especially going after Thieves Town. I mean, it's a nice shield to have. Absolutely.
Yeah. In the past, if I've had rupees, I've purchased it before doing like the blind fight. If it's because you never know, sometimes that fire shield can come in handy and save your life.
Absolutely, yeah.
I didn't actually end up using it in GT, but I was like, I got money to waste, might as well pick it up. You never know. I didn't end up using it in that horrible Landmolus 2 fight when I probably needed it. That was that was bad. I'm glad I got that double triple to make up for that Landmolus 2 because that was real bad.
Yeah, the seed was something.
Oh, apparently you're not supposed to be able to buy shields in Expert? Well...
Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah, we were talking about that. We're like, is that possible in expert mode? And I was like, well,
evidently. You know, I do my best to test the limits and see what I can do. And here we go. Yeah. So VTorp, get on that or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we also had that interesting play into the pyramid. Saw a unique item in the ice rod in the pyramid. And then we find the unique item being the book, and
yeah, I was really hoping that was Kana Samaria. I was banking on that. I'm bummed that I put off Spike Cave as long as I did, because anytime there's progression in Spike Cave, I always get bamboozled by it. I always last location it. And it's not a matter of just like knowing when I can do it. Because I had a bottle, I had the cape. I probably could have done it because your bottles still do all full effect whenever you're in Spike Cave. So I could have done it like really early. It's just unfortunate that I didn't. But yeah, to be honest, I was feeling like I lost this seed after dipping Mire and then doing all of Swamp, and then my answer just literally being in Spike Cave.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I am happy that I made the right play of going straight to Helma and finding Samaria to make up for it. But I was basically banking on Bonta dying to Cold Stare or some other boss to gain me time. So
he did. He died to Cold Stare. I think he died to
Cold, died to Helma.
Helma, sorry, yeah, was the other one I was thinking of. And I think
he died in Spike Cave.
That was the other one. That was the third death.
Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I just had the death to blind, which was just stupid hammer hitbox screwing me over there, pretty much.
So I know you were in the race earlier tonight, and you had mentioned the modes that you guys had vetoed. You vetoed normal mode, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Any particular reason why?
To be honest, I was hoping to get expert, which I did, so that worked out for me. Because based on our first race where I picked Swordless, and I think he died to Vitreous in that fight, so I was kind of banking on having slightly better execution against Bonta for harder difficulties like Swordless or hard expert. So I went ahead and vetoed normal. What I should have done was vetoed defeat Ganon, just to potentially avoid a hover seed, because Bonta can hover, and I've lost races to Bonta due to hovering. But I was like, I'll veto normal mode. That sounds like a better idea. And of course, he vetoed Swordless, naturally. I think almost everybody's vetoed Swordless against me, which is a shame, because I like Swordless. It's a fun time.
Well, the veto did seem to pay off for you because, as well as Bonta did play, he did have troubles at a few points, it looked like.
Yeah. Expert is hard. It's a lot of patience and a lot of pause buffering if you need to.
Yes,
and a lot of hoping for good RNG on certain bosses. Like that Helma fight was terrifying, but I had remembered that if you stand down in the bottom right corner, his tail won't hit you. Fortunately, I also had a potion to get me up to 3 hearts in case I was wrong, so I wouldn't have died there. But yeah, no, I just like the low percent modes, the like Swordless and hard expert. I think they're a lot of fun, and I like the challenge. I think normal mode is too easy in general, so I always like going for the harder challenges, and this seed was particularly challenging. I mean, the way I look at it is it's key sanity, so literally anything can happen, so I need to focus on my execution to help me win this race. Because as we saw, my routing and choices were, for the most part, terrible. Of course, I such a bad habit of putting off pod for too long, and the first sword being in there, and then immediately finding the other sword on pyramid. I'm like, come on, man, it's so mean.
Yeah, it was a tough seed. But congrats on your win here, and you do move on to the top 8, and you'll be facing off with Kyong92. What are anything going through your mind right now as you move forward? Anything you're expecting? Anything you're gonna a little bit hesitant about?
I'm expecting to lose, so looking forward to that. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to get this far because I was expecting Zero Rush to win against Bonta. And then I was going to get immediately destroyed by Zero Rush in top 16 and then have my 2-week trip to Italy without having to think about Randomizer at all. Of course, that didn't happen. But yeah, I do want to give a huge shout out, of course, to my opponent, Bonta, as well as the admin team and everybody for putting up with my shenanigans while I went on a 2-week vacation to Italy and were willing to put off the tourney race and go the extra mile to make sure that everything worked out. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I gotta get those. Got 9 days to do that, so try and knock those out soon. If I can take one game off of Kyong, I'll be so happy. I don't think I've ever beaten him. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not sure. I think with the top 8, is it still best of 3? Or just move on to best of 5?
Yeah.
It is still best of 3 for the
Okay,
top 8.
Gotcha.
This also excitingly marks my best placement ever in a randomizer tournament.
Nice.
This is my, let's see, fourth community tournament, because I did the original spring 2017, fall 2017, and my previous record was top 16. So
nice, very nice.
At least, yeah, we'll just say that.
Right. So let's see.
Someone was asking about if I can. My game 2, I made a wacky play into Tile Room that ended up helping. I didn't win the race, but I ended up cutting out like 3.5 minutes out of my time. I felt so behind in that race that, and I got after. What did I do? I did stupid route. Like I went Stalfos and then to the right, and I had 4 keys already. And there's like this weird probability that if you have 4 keys early, there's a higher chance that there's going to be something useful in Tile Room instead of just being another small key. So I was like, I need this play to work. And I was when it worked, I was blowing my mind. I was like, if this wins the race for me, I'm going to hate myself because it's such a jerk move. But yeah, when it happened, I was like, okay, so maybe there's a chance. I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty dumb.
All right, well, GG to you. Good luck in your next round, and
Thanks.
See how much further you can go.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. For chat, we will confirm Bonta did decline to interview. I believe he's got to get ready for the start of his day. So, unfortunately, he had to basically take off right away. So
yeah, it's like 10 a.m. for him. So
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for commentating and tracking this extremely late race, and for those that helped set it up. So appreciate it.
Yeah, speaking of, I know it's morning time over in Europe, right? It's 1 a.m. here in the West Coast. I think our next races won't be until Saturday, I believe, with the start with continuing on to top 8.
Yep, at this point, we do have a double header on Saturday between Jet and Thalane. We do still have, of course, plenty of other action. I mean, we've got Willard and Kyung who will be scheduling their matches. We have Korek and Mikan. Korek, I believe, took game 1 earlier today, but they still have the rest of their series to play out.
Yep.
And we, I believe, also have Farame and Andy, who have all of their games to schedule. So there's still plenty coming up in the top 8. We just don't have much of the schedule so far.
Yeah, they'll be planned out as soon as the runners get all those taken care of. But for now, I believe we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Thank you to both Willard and Bonta for putting up with this nonsense scene. And our tracker this evening, I believe, was Vince Easter, I believe, if you're still in chat. Thank you. And also thank you to JP for commentating this wild ride tonight. And I'll leave you to wrap things up as well.
Yep. Thanks for joining me as well, Crazy Sunshine. And I think you said most of it. So make sure to check our schedules, see what else is coming up. Check out Speed Gaming Networks for plenty of other tournaments, and just keep watching as we continue going through these final few rounds. So have a good day, good night, or good time wherever you are.
See you guys later.